What's going on, everybody? We're back with another episode of Motive4Change. We are at number 5, the big 5.
I think so.
We have Josh.
Carine.
And we got Matthew here. How are you guys doing?
I hope everybody is doing fine on this fine day. We're at number 5. I'm very excited right now. And I have another piece of exciting news for you. We have a special guest with us today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name's John. Hello. I often refer to myself in the third person. What else about me? I don't
Anything
know. What
you'd
else
like
about
us
me,
to know?
Josh?
What
Anything-
color socks are you
So
wearing?
better than any of us.
Brown.
Oh, okay. There, everybody's good.
Woohoo.
We want to know what color socks you're wearing.
Yes.
I
Brown.
said brown.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Ah, pay attention if anybody cares.
All right.
Well,
So, would anybody like to tell the audience what our topic of the day is?
I believe the topic of the day is we're going to look ahead in time and try to determine where we're going to be as individuals and as in a global sense for the next 10 years.
Yes. We're also going to look at the importance of goal setting.
Mm-hmm.
So why do we even set goals? You know, what a goal is, type thing. But
The
first,
thing you score in hockey, right?
kind of.
Yes.
But first, I want to know, we'll let Jonathon go first, actually. Where do you feel that you're going to be in 10 years?
wow. Probably done school with a
Okay.
family and a career, you know, working in public service, helping people.
Okay. Is that all you want to say?
For now.
Okay.
All right.
So Jonathon is a man of very little words, which is funny because at work you can't even get him to stop talking.
This is true.
Yes. So I guess we
It
can move
is.
on to the ladies now. Corinne,
Aw.
where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Well, I see myself with an actual job where I'm earning money.
That's a good start.
I'm hoping within a school system. I want a family. I want at least a kid in 10 years. Just one, at least. And I want to help. I want to be able to make sure that I have done something to help people within that 10 years. Yep.
Perfect.
Good
Matthew?
job. Well, to get the obvious out of the way, in 10 years I'll be 40-something. But because I am the old guy of the group, I might as well admit that. But no, in all seriousness, 10 years from now, ultimately I want to try and exercise these demons that I have within me. And when I say demons, I mean like the topic we were talking about last week about self-worth and everything like that. That's something I've always struggled with. So I kind of hope to be in a better frame of mind 10 years from now. But as far as the professional sense goes, I kind of want to explore my goal of becoming a published author. I want to be that guy who's at chapters, who does the book signings, who goes all over the world and does like book fairs and everything like that. I want to be that guy, and I want to write.
Nice.
Well
How many times
said.
can I say right?
One more.
Right.
Right.
Right. That's WRITE, not RIGHT, although both are right.
Either way, they're right.
Joke.
What about you, Josh?
Well, in 10 years, I want to do 2 things. Well, I want 2 things to have been accomplished, at least by then. I want to have full-time employment in a steady job that I don't have to worry about being financially unsteady. Preferably with benefits, but, you know, benefits are benefits, so I'm not going to complain about those if I don't have them. But the other thing is I want to start a family, or at least have found a significant other that I will start a family with. So yeah, 10 years down the line, that's where I want to be.
Yeah, I guess I forgot to add that in mine too. I kind of want to start up a somewhat of a relationship too, as well.
All right. So my question to Jonathon is, how are you going to get there?
Wow. I don't know. I guess just plugging away, and
Well, don't you have
When I-
plans for this September?
I do. When I finish school at Carleton, that'll put me one step closer, that's for sure.
Yeah. And what are you going for?
Public affairs and policy management.
Very nice.
Exciting.
Well, it's definitely exciting for you, I guess, eh? Because you're going into it.
Absolutely marvelous, actually.
I like that word, marvelous.
Yes.
This is one of Jonathan's favorite words.
Yes, it is.
Good thing it's not like Pee Wee's Playhouse, because then we'd have to scream every time we heard it.
Who is Pee Wee?
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's an age gap. Sorry.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Carine, how are you going to get there? How are you going to meet your 10-year goal?
Well, I'm just gonna think positively, just as I normally do. But throughout that whole 10 years, I'm gonna sit there and go, I lost my train of thought. I'm going to, yeah, I lost it. Oh man.
How are you going to get to the school system?
Well, I'm going to better myself as a CYW with experience. And I'm just gonna allow myself to grow as a person. And eventually people will see that and you wanna come work for us? And then be like, yay! And yeah.
So what you're saying is that eventually you want people to recognize you for your skills and then seek you out as opposed to seeking out employment.
Very well said. Yes.
All right,
Yes, I
then.
agree.
Matt?
All right. Well, short answer for the short-term, well, I guess not short-term goal, but short answer is obviously what I said earlier, write, which I do anyway, because I keep up a blog and I do short stories a lot as well. So right off the bat, I'm sort of going towards that goal. But for the long term, I would think that in order for me to start finding happiness, I have to start finding happiness within myself. And I know I've done a pretty bad job of it in life over the last few years, and I'm starting to come out of my shell a little bit more. And I mean, maybe more and more I do that, it'll really start to happen. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going with this, but I'm just going to say that trying to be more outgoing will probably be a real challenge for me, but I'm going to work on it step by step, and hopefully that'll open more doors for my future. It may not, but we'll see how it goes from there.
I have a question for you guys.
Uh-huh.
What makes a happy life?
Happiness
Well, I think it's all
within
subjective,
yourself.
really, but
Well, what's a happy life to you?
wow.
Are
Obviously,
you answering that one?
I think he broke my brain. But,
I think we all are.
No, I think a happy life is, well, like I said, it's all subjective because the definition of happiness is different for everybody. But for me, it would be a life without, well, too much stress. I mean, like, obviously, life is going to be stress regardless of where you are. But ideally for me, a happy life is a stress-free life, and that's okay with me.
What about you, Carine?
I think, well, first of all, in order to be happy with your life, you have to be happy with yourself. Going back
Absolutely.
on to the self-worth episode, but you can't expect to be happy in life without actually accepting your own happiness.
Mhm.
And I don't know, you do that by doing the things you love, doing hobbies, being with people that make you happy, just stuff like that.
And
Yeah.
Josh?
Happiness to me is constantly moving forward. To me, if you're not moving forward in life, you're moving backward, so to speak. Now, to kind of cement that point, back in one of our college classes, Corinne might remember this, we were introduced to a man by the name of Matt Cutts. He worked at Google, and what he did was he created a TED Talk, which is basically inspirational talks to try to motivate people. And his topic was try something new for 30 days. And I've tried to implement that into my life at the moment, but I do find that it's quite busy with placement and work and all of that on top of normal life. But eventually what I want to do is I want to try something new for 30 days, every 30 days. And that way it'll keep my life moving forward as opposed to moving backward. And his main point was that if you try something new for 30 days, you're going to remember it more than doing the same thing for 3 years. You're going to remember more of your life as opposed to remembering less of it, if that makes sense. What about you, John?
Well, I think the key to happiness is finding that one thing in life to fight for. The difficulty is finding it, and I want to just spend my life finding that thing to fight for, I guess.
What if you find it?
What was that?
What if you find it?
What if you find it, then you look for something else?
So in other words, you want to constantly be looking for something else to fight for.
And that would be right.
So constantly moving forward, like Josh just said.
Sort of, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that being a very good thing. I think we were also talking about how we see the world in 10 years.
Okay.
Because obviously we were talking about like an individual aspects, but there's a lot going on in the world right now too, and I think that's something that we should maybe discuss as well, what the future is going to be for people in general over the next decade.
So we'll start with Jonathon again. Where do you
All
see
right.
the world in 10 years?
Personally, I see the world getting better than it is now. I mean, we're in so much war and so much hatred right now, it can really only go up.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I like that. What about you, Carine?
Well, if you think positive and encourage other people, like let's use the CYWs for example, more and more people are wanting to make a change in people's lives. And even if starting with children is how we're going to make that change, because they grow up and they're our future, right? So I see the world getting better because there's so many more people who want to make it better.
I like
yeah.
that. Matt?
Yeah, I think in some aspects there will be instances in which the world is going to get a lot better. I mean, certainly in general, I think I see a lot more tolerance towards other people in the world. I mean, just a recent example right off the bat, the whole LA Clippers thing where the manager or whatever, I'm not sure who it was, I think it's the manager or whatever, he was caught on camera uttering some not so nice things, and he's now banned from the sport of basketball as a result of that. So
Yeah, for making
certainly
racist
the
comments.
level of tolerance is beginning to get a little bit better as far as more accepting towards other people, and I think that's a very good thing. And I think over the next 10 years we're going to see a lot more of that.
I would agree with that. And I think
Yeah,
that goes
same.
along with my point in saying, I'm going to use a quote again by Gandhi, be the change you want to see in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've used that many times, but it's literally a quote I live by. If you want to see a certain change, like let's say you wanted to change something to do with the environment, you literally recycle everything you can. You start a compost. You clean up the community. You know, you do those things to be the change you want to see in the world. And if people see you doing the change, hopefully it'll rub off on them and they start doing the change as well, or at least try to get more educated on the topic.
Mm-hmm.
I believe a
Oh,
lot
for
more
sure.
people have to kind of follow that quote because it's really, well, I don't know, it's very inspiring actually.
I think all of Gandhi is inspiring.
That's true.
For
He
sure.
literally was the change that he wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was. How do we change the world?
By being the change.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
By encouraging others to be the change as well, not just us.
We can't just all message everybody and be like, okay, let's meet in Times
No.
Square, we're gonna change the world now.
No, but that's not what I meant. But if other people see you being the change, that's encouraging them,
No.
and then they will want to do that too.
I was talking about Jonathan's point. So how do we change the world?
Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you,
We?
Corinne. We just literally have to be the change, and it can start now. It can start 2 minutes from now.
you can start today.
You
And
want
we
to
want to hear
recycle?
from you guys too. How do you think you can change the world?
Yeah. We want to read your comments. And if you want to do a
we'd
video
love to
response,
get
go
them.
for it. But we want to hear from you. Now,
Yes, it
the
could be
last
just
part
like a
of it-
simple
what?
tweet.
Yeah, you can tweet us too. That's fine. We do want to ask you one more question. Well, we're going to talk about one more thing, I guess. And that is the importance of setting a goal. So, first question is, do you think it's important to set a goal?
Definitely.
Why?
I think it's important to set realistic goals.
Okay, Corinne, why?
Well, goals are kind of what lead you to. They lead you to kind of like your future and your now, if you understand what I mean. Like without those goals, you wouldn't really have a direction of where to go in life. So if you
Yep.
set a, I don't really know what I'm talking about.
That's fine. Matt?
Goals are like little steps forward.
Yes. Yes. Little step stools.
Goals are literally the compass of life.
Hmm.
If you don't have goals, you don't have a direction, you're constantly turning around, you're doing all this stuff. Goals allow you to take the direction that you want and to be where you want to be. And if you don't want to be anywhere, then don't set a goal.
Hmm. But I think that goals have to be realistic too. I mean, like, it's one thing to say that you want to be Miss America or you want to be
That's me.
Prime Minister of Canada or you want to be this and you want to be that, but sometimes there are some instances in which the goals you might have might not seem attainable. So either you have to make a decision, you have to decide whether you really want to work hard at it to try and get there or to try and set forth a more reasonable goal. Like, you may not become Prime Minister of Canada, but if you want to become like student body president at your school, that might be a goal that will get you on the right direction or something like that.
No, exactly.
But you can't have goals set too big anyway, because then
Exactly.
it's gonna, like, if it's impossible, well then you're not gonna want to set any more goals in your life, and you're just gonna get sad and very depressed and
Mhm.
yeah.
As Jonathon touched on, short-term goals are stepping stones to the bigger steps that are long-term goals. And the 10-year plan is really the candy at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
That's where you want to be. You want to get that candy, but you got to put in the work to get up the stairs.
And candy is always good.
Very good, actually.
Sometimes, anyway. So I think that about wraps it up. Jonathon, is there anything you want to say to our audience?
Well, I just have a question for you guys. Another one.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Something you haven't answered yet in any episode.
Okay.
What purpose do you want Motive to Change to achieve?
Oh wow, that's a good question.
I like that.
I have an
Yeah.
answer too, so I'll go last.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Okay, well, obviously the most important words in Motive to Change are motive and change. I mean,
I like that.
obviously everybody is capable of making the change, but sometimes, especially in my case, you need a little bit of motivation from other sources to, in order to give yourself the self-confidence necessary to make those changes. I know I've had situations where I've been afraid of change, but I've been coerced into making those changes because in the end they were more beneficial to my life, to how I live my life, than anything that I would have done by myself. So I think that's one of the reasons why we have this show, is to give people that courage, give people that self-confidence, give people those tools necessary to go about even thinking about making changes if they're not ready to make a change completely. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Corinne?
Well, as I was saying earlier in the episode, that we need to encourage people to change, and I have a feeling that Motive to Change, we are that little piece of encouragement. We are going to hopefully have, give viewers an idea, just so they know that they're not alone and we're trying to help them, even though they don't actually know us, but we're still there. We're still giving them tips and ideas and stuff to actually change. So, yeah, encouragement piece, I guess.
Well, I think it's more of the fact that we are putting ourselves out there. We are being that change that we want to see. If we have the guts to spill our beans type thing about this certain topic, then maybe other people will have the more motivation to talk to other people about their internal issues that they got going on, that they want to solve. So if we set by example and we use the correct language and we're polite to each other and all that stuff, I think that other people will see that and try to emulate that in their own lives.
That's a good answer.
So what did you have for an answer?
When I think about this show, I think about the child at home because they're sick, the mother who has been up all night nursing, or the person fighting cancer. And when they listen to our story, it makes them feel better, not just about the challenges they're facing, but about their life. And I think that alone makes it all worthwhile.
Aww.
So what you're saying is that we should continue doing what we're doing.
The exact way we're doing it.
I like
that actually means a lot.
I appreciate
Thank
that,
you.
man.
Yeah. I'm giving you an air hug, just saying.
Aww.
Okay. So, with that being said, Jonathan, is there anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Any questions for me?
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Absolutely.
You say, did you have fun? Yeah.
Yeah.
My question to you is, how come you've given us so much support?
I don't know. I guess just because Motive4Change is starting to change my life. I mean, I haven't always been a confident person either, and I just find confidence in listening to you guys.
Why?
I don't know. Just because you're three ordinary people who face the same things I've faced in my life.
And you gain motivation from that?
I do, indeed.
You heard it
Yay.
right from the horse's mouth there, folks.
I think it's a lot easier too because I don't know. I mean, Jonathan just said a really good point. I mean, like he feels comfortable because we've all been where he is, and I mean, knowing that somebody else has gone through the same struggles that you're going through now makes it a little bit easier, knowing that you are not alone.
And there are people who have made it through what you're going through.
Yeah.
What doesn't kill you doesn't
Makes
make
you
you stronger,
Oh.
but allows you to keep on going. Because I firmly believe that in life doesn't hand you anything that you cannot handle.
Yeah.
Life hands you fate. Destiny is what you do with it.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I like that. I like that. All right, so we are going to start with the fact of the day.
Okay, my fact of the day is going to be kind of lame just because of the fact that I only had like literally 72 seconds to prepare for the whole thing.
Thanks, Jonathan. You were motivated to change, man. Come on.
Yes, I was. But going on with like the 10-year thing, the only thing I could come up with that's spur of the moment is that it's the 10th anniversary of the year that Mean Girls came out.
Oh my god.
Are you serious right now?
Was it
Yeah.
So I'm
one
gonna
below
try.
me?
I'm gonna try and link this to the thought of change and everything like
Okay.
that. If you've ever seen the movie Mean Girls, you know that the main character is played by Lindsay Lohan. Obviously, she enrolled in a school and she was like an exchange student. She was homeschooled for like years and years, and she ends up befriending the people in like this popular clique who just happen to be a bunch of stuck-up girls who treat everybody badly. And it's funny how she changes her entire personality just to be around them, but then towards the end of the movie, she changes back when she sees that it's not all that it's cracked up to be.
Nice.
I mean, that's the way I saw it when I watched the movie. I don't know if anybody else saw it that way, but
I didn't even watch it.
Neither did I.
it's not a bad movie, I have to admit.
I did. 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that it's been 10 years. I mean, especially since in that 10 years, Lindsay Lohan's career is kind of, well, derailed a little
Well,
bit.
she's been to rehab. She's done drugs.
Yeah. But I think she's trying. I think she's trying to get back in there. I don't know how long it'll take. Maybe possibly another 10 years, but we'll see how it goes.
All right.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Drum roll.
Oh yes, we're doing the. What are we doing? We're doing the quote of the day.
Wow. All right, thank you, Josh. Okay, so I have a quote, obviously. Yeah, I'll start. Learn from the past, set vivid, detailed goals for the future, and live in the only moment of time over which you have any control, now. This one is by Dennis Waitley. So yeah.
Live in the
it.
moment.
What?
Live in the moment, because that's the only thing you can control.
I like it.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
I
what I
searched
got
that one
out
all
of
up
it.
myself.
What?
I searched that one all up myself.
Very nice. We're very proud of you.
We are.
All right. Anybody else have anything?
Yes, I just want to say thanks to Jonathon for being our guest speaker. It was fun.
Thank you, Jonathan.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Jonathon.
You're welcome.
With that being said, we're going to end episode 5 of Motive4Change. We would like to thank everybody who's been watching weekly and supporting us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe on our videos and to our channel. That would be greatly appreciated.
We really do love you guys. We really do.
And as a final word, I would like to say, stay classy.
Ooh.
I like it.